Hey, what's up? Matthew Parsons here, and contemplating this idea of, is there something better? Is there a way to level up my life? Is there an area that I'm neglecting, or is there an area of my life that is not what it should be, and could it be better? And so today's revelation to me was that I stink. Not that I stink at life, or not that I stink at something else. I literally stink. Bad, like B-O. And I realized this as I was actually in the middle of showing a house to a client. And I pointed over to something, and I kind of turned my head and, whoa, holy smokes, I stink. I actually stink. Now, 99 times out of 100, I'm wearing deodorant. That's not a problem. I'm wearing deodorant. I smell good and all this kind of stuff. So it's not really my fault that I stunk today. See, what happened is that I was getting out of the shower this morning, and I have my little bag with all my stuff in it, and I realized that I didn't have my deodorant in it. Somehow, some way, when I was at the gym, it put it into my bag. That wasn't my little kit, and I had when I got out of the shower this morning, I no longer had it with me. And so what did I do? I had body spray. And so I get out of the shower and I'm like, oh, body spray, man, same thing, right? You know, no big deal. So I took it and I sprayed it all over my body, and I smelled fantastic. And then I went to church. And I was jumping around, and I was leading children's worship, and I was down and up, and I actually worked up a sweat. I actually looked at my my heart rate monitor today. I actually got up to like 170 today. So I was doing a lot of jumping around. Can't even imagine. The kids were tired, let alone me as a 40-year-old man. So there I was. I worked up a sweat because I hadn't put on deodorant. And I noticed it while I was out with some clients. Now, I don't think that the clients noticed. You know, I don't think that was a problem. And even, you know, I don't think that they're actually friends, so I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think that they know that 99 times out of 100, I actually don't stink. Even if I did, let's face it, right? I said to them, hey, why aren't you using me as your realtor anymore? I doubt that they're going to go, listen, you know, you really smell bad. But my point is that, first off, it was my fault. There's nobody that I can blame. I can't say, oh, I stunk today, but it's not my fault. It was my fault. And then second point is that not only was it my fault, but it was weird to see my reaction when I realized that I physically stunk. I drew back. I became I became embarrassed. I became self-conscious, and I didn't engage with them the way that I would have normally engaged. And I think that that's something that happens to us a lot in life, right? There's an area where we stink, and we want to try and find some other reason. We want to find an excuse, and we want to find someone else to blame for it. Or maybe we just say, you know what, I'm just not good at this. I stink at this, so it's not a big deal. But what happens is we regress. We are embarrassed on a subconscious level, and so we don't engage with this area. And it could be something even as simple as my finances. Oh, I'm not a math person. I'm not a finance guy. And so we tell our stories and we just ignore it. As if, oh, I stink in this area, so I'm not going to work on it. I'm not going to get better at it. And we tell ourselves these excuses that it's not our fault, and then it's not that big of a deal. But the reality is if there's an area of our life that stinks, that causes us to pull back from people, it's an area that we need to address. It is an issue that we need to look at and say, how can I fix this? Now, for me, it was simple in this situation. I'm going to be self-conscious in the future to make sure that I put my deodorant in. And the lesson that I learned is that body spray is not the same thing as deodorant. That's simple. But what's another area of our lives that we stink in? Maybe it's time management. Oh, I'm a people person, and I'm easily distracted. So what are the things that I need to put into my life to make sure that I get the stuff done that I need to get done? Are there things that I can do to put myself in a position to succeed, to stop stinking? So there you go. That's the idea today for something better. One last thing. If you're sitting there, you're contemplating, how do I determine the area of life that I need to improve on? How do I determine the area of my life that is causing me problems? Well, chances are it's probably an area of your life where you are self-conscious, where you pull back from people. So look around. Where am I pulling back from people? Where am I not engaging? Where am I not engaging? And then identify, well, what has led to me stinking in this area, and what can I do to get better? So there you go. There's something better. You know there is. So stop stinking and work on the solution. Thanks. God bless. Hey, if you liked this, make sure that you share it. Also, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting stuff on a regular basis and diving into what can we do to make our lives better. Thank you, and God bless.